This is a video by Richmond. Today we're working on a Saturn S series. Now I got this request from one of my loyal viewers, and he wanted to know how much amperage the fuel pump draws. So that's what we're going to test today. Now to make it simpler, we're going to use this. This is a stock connector on the Saturn. I took this off of a junk vehicle. And right over here, behind that liner right there, is that connector. So we're going to get into that connector and we're going to put our multimeter on there and measure the amperage draw of the fuel pump. First thing we're going to do is separate our connector. Just like that. Now once we do that, we want to see what I've done here is I've tinned the gray wires which goes down to the pump for our meter. Now these other wires, the purple and the black and white, that's for the gas gauge. We could leave them disconnected, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to twist them together and put some tape on them. Now there's our black and white, purple taped together. If you want, you can solder them together. And here is the two gray wires to the pump that we're going to splice the multimeter into. So that's our little test piece right there. Now the first thing we need to do now is to make sure that the key is turned off, and we want to separate our original connector here. If it has tape on it, need to remove the tape. Now let's separate our connector here. Plug that one in there. Plug that one in there. Now let's go get our meter and plug that in. Now in order to do this test, you'll need a meter that will read a minimum of 10 amps. Let's take our dial, move it to amperage. Whoops, it's telling us that we have our lead in the wrong place. We have to move it over to this connection over here that is blinking 10A for 10 amps. Alright, now we're ready. Let's take our red lead from the meter, clip it to one gray wire from our test piece and the black lead from the meter to the other gray test piece. Now we don't want those to touch any metal or ground. Now when we start up the engine, we should see how much amperage the fuel pump is drawing. Alright, the engine is idling and she is drawing 5.17 amps. Now this vehicle right here has a 170,000 miles on it. So we're not getting a true reading of what a new pump would pull for amperage. But this vehicle is running properly, and this is how much amperage the fuel pump is drawing. So that's all there is to checking the fuel pump amperage on your Saturn S Series.